So I kicked things off this week with Virgin Galactic. There were a bunch of positives for Virgin Galactic at the start of this week, with Jefferies upgrading the stock. Jefferies also did a private survey of individuals with $1 million in net worth or more, and a third of these respondents said they had an interest in going into space, with 20% of them willing to spend 5% of their net worth on going into space. Then we had this headline: one analyst believes the stock could take off if it clears $35. I'll give you my take on that shortly. And then we also had Virgin Galactic announcing its first commercial research mission. However, then came the FFA headline. You can see here, the Federal Aviation Administration is investigating the flight that Branson was on the 11th of July. The reason being is it deviated from its flight path, and the FFA recommended to abort the flight. However, they did carry on. So while this investigation is going on, they've said that Virgin Galactic cannot return to its Spaceship 2 vehicle until this is cleared, and that weighed on the stock. Despite this, the stock has stabilized around 24. Gains this week have been capped around 28.50, so that'll be the immediate hurdle. It's still a bit early to say whether this bottom is in, but holding the 24 level is key. A weekly close above the 20-day, around 27.40, would also be a positive signal. Although the analyst said 35 would be the turning point, I believe the turning point for this stock will be once it gets above the 200-day, which also coincides with a major level around 31.90. That's the key level, I believe. Once it gets above that, you'll see this stock really take off. Then if we move to Viacom looks set to have another attempt at trendline resistance, which is around 42.40 to 42.50. If price can get above that area, 43.80 becomes the next hurdle, and key support remains at 37.50. So that's one to watch. If we then have a look at the EV makers, so I start with NIO. So NIO got as high as $40 before it had some negative press. Firstly, this headline came out where NIO cut its delivery forecast for Q3 to around 22,500 to 23,500 vehicles. Previously it was saying 23,000 to 25,000 vehicles. However, due to the chip shortage, it's had to cut its forecast. There was this headline of how many vehicles it delivered for August. Again, vehicle deliveries are down month on month. They delivered 5,880 vehicles in August, down from 7,931 vehicles in July. Again, citing the chip shortage. Now the stock did tank on that news. It was down over 5% in pre-market. However, the stock did recover, with the daily chart putting in an inverse hammer, as you can see here, signaling a reversal. Now price is back around that $40 mark. What this suggests, psychologically, is that the news of the slowdown in vehicle deliveries due to the chip shortage is already baked into the stock. We've seen these headlines from different EV makers, different car companies talking about the chip shortage, so it's nothing new. So it was more of a knee-jerk reaction to that headline before prices come back. Now as long as price continues to hold key trendline support around 35, 35.60, the risk to the downside in this stock, in my opinion, is limited, and a reversal is likely. Then if we have a look at the Tesla chart, so this is the daily chart, Tesla has followed the technicals really well. We got the basing I mentioned in my last video before pushing higher on Monday. The stock has put in consecutive bull flags as 750 to 753 now becomes the focus. I have a training video on bull and bear flags for those that want to know more about this subject. I've put that link in the description box below. In terms of what's next, 750 to 753 will become the next target, and that will be the big test for Tesla. 694 remains a key support area, so keep an eye on that. Next up is Fubo TV. So this is another one of my stock picks. Fubo is back at its 200-day moving average, around 29.33. A clean break above this will likely see price head towards 31.40. That's the first target. There is also a case for a triple bottom on Fubo at 24.80, with a break above the 200-day likely to confirm this reversal. Now the gains this week have also been headline driven. Check this headline out. Fubo Gaming, which is part of the Fubo group, received approval to offer online sports betting from the Iowa Racing and Gaming Commission. That did give the stock a boost. Additionally, Fubo TV has launched a predictive free-to-play games, and it also has fan view live stats for the 2022 World Cup qualifiers. So this has also helped sentiment in the stock. Finally, I want to talk about Pinduoduo, PDD. That was my one to watch in my last video, and I mentioned how this stock is set for a reversal because it jumped on earnings, and I said that we're likely to see some sort of retrace from earnings, and the area to buy the dip on this stock would be around $90. We got as low as $90.15 before the stock reversed, and look how it reversed. What a move. I still think this has some more upside, and I cover this in more detail in a separate video where I talk about stock reversals, simply because the way this has played the technicals has been just textbook stuff, and I want to cover this using this real example, how you can identify a stock reversal. With that said, that's my weekly update. As always, if you find value in this content, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any future content, and I'll see you at the next one.